everybody, and welcome to Pinktober Day 5. Today's prompt is to make a thumbnail for Fire and Ice, the movie. You guys might not know, but on our channel, once we finish all the episodes of A Book of Warriors, we make the movie. So we have one of Into the Wild, and that has all the episodes combined into one movie. So you don't have to go scouring all over the internet for every single episode. You can go to one place and watch it all. So we're planning to do the same thing with Fire and Ice. We're just one episode away from finishing it. I am so close. I just have a couple more customs that I'm painting because in the final episode, there's a huge battle and there's all 4 clans at the battle. And so I need to have a few more customs to make representatives for each clan. Yep, it's pretty complicated, but it's coming together. So I'm expecting to get the episode done within the next few weeks, and then we'll have the movie. So what you've been watching up here on the screen is Rachel just took some video of me while I was taking pictures of Fireheart and Greystripe because we wanted to get some photos of them against a white piece of paper so she could take them in and make them into PNGs over on Photoshop. A lot of people have been asking what we use to draw, and we use Photoshop. Rachel's just always loved doing her art on Photoshop, so that's what we use, Photoshop 2020. So what Rachel and I planned for this thumbnail is it's going to be Fireheart and Greystripe facing off. Fire on Fireheart's side, and ice and frostiness on Greystripe's side. Kind of a symbolic thumbnail, because these two really butt heads during this whole process of Fire and Ice. While Rachel is working on editing up this thumbnail, let's jump over and dive back into the world of Ravenpaw's farewell. Here we go! I'm going to pick up where we left off last time. Ravenpaw cast one glance back at the high rock, and then scrambled back up the steep slope of the ravine. A spatter of rain penetrated the branches, so he decided to stay under the trees rather than follow the trail that led out of the forest to Sunning Rocks. Part of him didn't want to see if it had been swallowed up by the greenery like the rest of the familiar landmarks. He preferred to remember it as it had been in his dream. A perfect, clear viewing point for the whole territory. Barley and Ravenpaw trotted side by side along a path marked by deer hoofs and the occasional sweep of a fox's tail. Pine trees took over the woods, and through the tatty lines of their trunks, Ravenpaw glimpsed a pale swath of golden fence that marked the boundary with Two Lake Place. As they grew closer, pungent scents of Two Lake dens, monster fumes, and kitty pets washed over them. "They still don't come very far into the forest," Ravenpaw commented as he paused by a tree stump to sniff a kitty pet mark. Barley glanced over his shoulder at the dense tangle of trees. "I can't imagine it looks more inviting now than it did when the clans were here. Kitty pets have everything they want from their 2 legs, don't they? Food, shelter, company, all without having to make any effort." Ravenpaw looked sideways at his friend. "Kinda like us, then," he teased. Barley bristled. "At least we catch our own prey." Ravenpaw purred, though another jab of pain in his belly reminded him that he needed to be more careful about what he ate. The barn provided good hunting, but he couldn't assume that every catch would make good fresh kill. They padded side by side through the long grass at the base of the wooden fence. It felt cool and welcoming under Ravenpaw's feet, and he reflected that it had been a long time since he had walked this far. Life on the farm had made him soft. Suddenly, there was a hiss above their heads. "Oi! You down there! What are you doing?" Ravenpaw and Barley looked up. A ragged-furred brown tabby was crouched on top of the fence, glaring down at them. A scar across his muzzle and notches in his ear suggested that he wasn't afraid of a fight. "We're just passing through," Barley called. "Don't worry." In a flash, the tabby tom sprang down from the fence and blocked their path. His tail lashed. "I'll decide what I worry about. Thank you," he growled. He had stretched out his neck and sniffed. "You're not from around here. You don't smell like kitty pets, but you don't smell like the woods either. Who are you?" "We live on a farm," Barley began, but Ravenpaw cut him off. "Calm down. We're not doing any harm," he meowed. The tabby curled his lip. "I don't like the look of you," he snarled. "This is my home." He nodded to the 2 Lake den on the other side of the fence. "And I claim all hunting rights in this part of the woods. You're not welcome." "And you're ridiculous," thought Ravenpaw. But he was tired and his belly hurt, and a fight was the last thing he wanted. Come on, he muttered to Barley. Let's go. They started to walk around the kitty pet, but he sprang after them, claws unsheathed. You don't think you're getting away that easily, do you? He let out a yowl, and in a heartbeat, more faces popped up along the fence. Ravenpaw scanned them in alarm. Kitty pets, yes, but also one or two of them looked too mean and scrawny to share two-leg dens. I think we should get out of here, he whispered to Barley, who nodded. Well, you guys are just gonna have to wait until tomorrow's speed paint to see what happens to Ravenpaw and Barley in Ravenpaw's farewell, because that's all I'm reading for today's speed paint. Now let's go and check out the final thumbnail for Fire and Ice, the movie. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you guys might actually be seeing the final thumbnail for Fire and Ice, the movie. This day has been coming in the works for so long. We're not quite there yet. I've still got a little bit more to film at this point, but oh my gosh, looking at this thumbnail, I'm getting hyped.
It's gonna be so exciting. I love how it turned out. It looks so dramatic.
I love the showdown between Fireheart and Graystripe. I feel like their conflict was the main thing during Fire and Ice, that they just like really had a brawl. So, as you saw throughout the process of this, we used our actual customs for this, but the challenge for you guys is to draw this thumbnail.
It's gonna be even cooler once we move on to the next book series.
Yes, Forest of Secrets. I'm already got a lot of plans for it. The scripts are almost all written. So excited. Up here on this screen right now, we have 10 randomly selected thumbnails from Amino. You guys are so talented. After Pinktober for this day is over, I'm gonna have to look at all of them and really decide. Maybe we will have a fan-made thumbnail for the final movie. If you guys are interested in taking part in today's Pinktober, then be sure to head over to my Amino, Pink Bunny Girl 43 official Amino, and join in with Pinktober by making your post and adding the hashtag Pinktober2020. Well, I can't wait to see what you guys come up with over on Amino. Until next time, guys, bye-bye!